Star Wars: A New Hope, A Hero's Journey by Jackson Frank. Ordinary world. Luke Skywalker is a farm boy that lives in a normal life on a planet called Tatooine. He lives with his uncle and aunt, constantly doing chores and working. Tatooine is a desert planet that is completely flat and a wasteland. Luke, as a child and as he gets older, lives for adventure. Call to adventure. Luke's call to adventure starts when he and his uncle go to buy a droid to help them around the house. Luke comes to find a secret message that is stored inside the droid, named R2-D2. This message is a hologram of Princess Leia calling for help from an Obi-Wan Kenobi. Luke didn't realize it at this point, but his whole life was about to change. Refusal of call. At first, Luke doesn't want to leave his home planet to join the rebellion. Once his newly bought droid runs away, Luke goes to find him because he doesn't want to get in trouble with his uncle. After Luke finds R2-D2, Obi-Wan comes to find them after they are attacked by the Sand People. Once they find Obi-Wan, Luke still refuses to join because all of the work that needs to be done at his home planet. Meeting the Mentor. Obi-Wan explains what it means to be a Jedi. He teaches them about the Force and how it works. When the Jedi Knight offers to teach Luke how to be a Jedi, but Luke still refuses to leave. After coming home, discovering that his house had been burnt down and both of his family members were burned alive, he decided to join Obi-Wan because there was nothing left for him now. Crossing the first threshold. Luke decides to leave his home with Obi-Wan. He first needs to find a way off the planet, so they go to the Mos Eisley spaceport to find a pilot to get them off the planet. The spaceport is a new world for Luke. He is fascinated by everything and anything in the cantina. Test, allies, and enemies. Luke and Obi-Wan must now get a pilot. They come to meet Han Solo and Chewbacca. They hire them to take them off the planet. Once they try to leave the planet, stormtroopers try to stop them. With the help from their new friends, they escape safe and sound. Approach to the inmost cave. Luke now begins his training to become a Jedi on the way to save Princess Leia. Obi-Wan begins to teach him how to properly use the Force and how to wield a lightsaber. He explains to Luke that the lightsaber is an ancient weapon of the Jedi and is to be used with responsibility. They were on their way to Alderaan, but they find that Alderaan was destroyed and now does not exist. The planet was destroyed by a space station called the Death Star. Luke becomes fearful and now feels doubt. Ordeal. Once they infiltrate the Death Star, they have a plan to save Princess Leia. Their plan consists of them splitting up and all doing a job. This is hard for Luke because he must now go on a journey by himself. They did have a small success, but a huge loss of the death of Luke's new master, Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was struck down by Darth Vader. Reward. Luke has now become more of an adult than he ever was, and is now a hero. But this reward was not a physical thing, but being accepted into the rebellion as a star pilot. He had wished to fly as a young kid. This was a dream come true for Luke. The road back. Luke now must choose to go back home and forget everything or fight for the rebellion and the freedom of the galaxy. Usually the road back home is the main character going back to their original home, but in Luke's case, his home is in jeopardy because of the Empire and the dangers of the Death Star. He must now go on the offensive to attack and destroy the Death Star. He knows his mission and he will do his best to save the galaxy. Resurrection. Luke now has a huge burden on him. If he fails to destroy the Death Star, and then the rebels would be all killed with thousands of planets. Luke is able to destroy the Death Star with the help from the Force and from what he learned from his old master Obi-Wan. Even though Luke wasn't physically reborn, his life has completely changed because he has now taken the first step in becoming a Jedi. Return with the elixir. At the end, once the Death Star is destroyed, the celebration begins. There's a huge ceremony where all are congratulated. Luke's elixir is when Princess Leia presents him with a medal. Luke now wants to live a bigger life where what he does matters, and that is exactly what he's going to do now. The rebels live to see another day, but this is only the beginning for Luke Skywalker. Thanks for watching.